Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hope that you're doing absolutely fantastic today. We're in the new year, it's 2017, it's Tell It Tuesday. Let's get going. So I don't think that I had a lot of questions. Excitedly, I think that you guys have had wonderful times with your family and with your friends. What I wanted to talk to you about, I like to keep Tell It Tuesday kind of on the learning portion of what we talk about. So in light of trying to keep it like that, I wanted to talk to you about handbags, luxury, and disabilities. I have a very dear friend. We will call her, we'll call her Anita. She was, well, and is a very dear friend of mine. We worked together in an office many years ago. You know, I would say probably about 6 or 7 years ago. And it was actually, I really loved working with her. She was fantastic. I moved up to Rochester, New York, then came back down here to Florida, and of course we've maintained our friendship. But about, let's see, a year and a half ago, she had something very tragic that happened in her life. She had a stroke. And not just a stroke, but a series of strokes. And the stroke has left her with some very serious issues that make wearing handbags very difficult. So when we would hang out, she would have a wristlet that she would kind of put around, and she would struggle with her money or with her credit cards or the things that were in there. And let me kind of explain to you why. Those strokes kind of affected the left side of her body. And she found it very difficult. That she's actually going through something called, it's a body neglect, I think is what she told me. And basically it's where on the left hand side the brain doesn't really recognize the things that are going on there. So when she carries her wristlet and she's trying to tuck it and take a look at it, because the right side's the good side, so she has to kind of dig in it from the right side. But when she's trying to hold it, you know, that's very difficult because the body isn't reacting to the signals from the brain that says, listen, this left side, this is what you need to do to be able to make this transaction, to be able to get your chapstick out, to be able to do whatever it is that you need to do. And that was really frustrating for her. And it was very hard, you know, to see that struggle as well for my dear friend. So, you know, we kind of went shopping one day and we were having a really great time. And we ended up trying a crossbody for her rather than a wristlet. And I wanted to talk to you about that because it's been so incredibly helpful. Now, she was actually here this afternoon and we intended to do the video together. And when I say together, she really just wanted to sit over in the corner and let me do the video because she wasn't willing to be on with me. I don't know why. But I do have a purse that's very similar to hers that I kind of want to talk to you about. And just in case you happen to be, or you happen to care about someone who's going through something like this, I wanted to share this information with you because I think that you might find it helpful. So the purse that she's actually using is very similar to this one right here. Now the difference in this one versus hers is that hers is a solid black. The material itself is just a little bit different, but the strap structure is exactly the same. The bag is the same, and then what goes on the inside is exactly the same. So I feel pretty comfortable sharing this particular bag with you. So with that, let's go ahead and talk about the strap. The strap is actually adjustable on both sides. Whoops. There we go. Adjustable on both sides. So what that does is it, like if you're shorter or if you're taller, it makes it easy to have the right length when you're doing a crossbody. Now that's going to be really important for someone with a disability, right? If you're shorter, you want to have it shorter, and then that way you don't find yourself having to necessarily bring it up to you. If you're using it, it should just sit where it needs to be. If you're having body neglect, having to bring it up to take a look gives you the same issues that you would have with a wristlet, right? You still have to try to stabilize the bag. You may not be able to do that. So a good a crossbody that has options for you is a really good thing. let's talk about the inside, what it should look like. This particular bag, let's pull the card out, looks like this on the inside. I'm hoping that I can, there we go, get it where you can see it. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets to put credit cards, insurance, all those good, ID, all of those wonderful things that you need when you're walking out and about, in order here. Now, the thing that my friend likes so much about this is once we got it organized, actually she organized, I didn't have anything to do with it. Once she organized this piece and section, it was really great. And when she's somewhere, she's got her strap at the right length. So all she really has to do is have her body just kind of hug it, like where it's stable. She doesn't have to lift it and work with it. She just kind of is able to take her arm and bring it into her, and then she can kind of do the digging. When she goes to purchase something, or if she's at a doctor's appointment, wherever she happens to be, this is fantastic because she gets the card that she needs out, she uses it, and she puts it back in the same slot. Used to be, when it was just the wristlet and things were in there, she'd have to put it in her back pocket so the people behind her could go, because, you know, it's very stressful when you're trying to put things away and people are standing behind you and you're already a little self-conscious. I can appreciate that. So what would happen is she'd put it in her back pocket, and then like maybe it would fall out and she'd have to try to deal with it. But now she just puts it right back in. There's no worry, no fuss. If there's a receipt that she gets, now that she can just stuff down in the main space here. On this side, there's just a free pocket right there, which Dooney is so good about doing. So she could put other things there. Maybe she could put her receipts there. I'll tell you a couple of other things that she does have. She does have diabetes. So one thing that she does is she keeps her, you know, the thing that she checks her levels with, she keeps that in here. She keeps other medical supplies. So she has it all set up just the way that she needs it. And it's just enough for her to take somewhere. It's at the right length so she doesn't have to make it sit. She just brings it to her and is able to go in, and it's a wonderful thing. Now, I want to talk to you about some other bags that are very similar to this and why this might be a really great option for you or the person that you care about. Oh, before I leave this bag, I do want to tell you, I think in one of my earlier episodes, I talked about how I really don't like that this strap is so long in the Dooney purses, that it kind of sits in there, and I would rather it be short, like right at the very beginning. And a dear, wonderful friend, Frances Ann, said, you know, hey, I kind of like it because you can pull it out and your keys are right there and you don't have to unhook. You just simply whip it out, go to the door, unlock it, and then you just drop it right back in. And I thought, wow, that's really pretty smart. You know, I hadn't thought of that before. So now my friend has that option in here. She just simply goes in and grabs that loop, pulls it out, and again, she doesn't have to worry or fuss. She doesn't have to take it off. She just does the unlock and she goes inside where she can be safe. Not saying that her neighborhood's not safe or that her car is not safe or wherever, but wherever she happens to be, she can focus on the task at hand because one never knows, right? I think it's a really good safety option. Now, I know you guys know that I absolutely love Vuitton, and you know that I love the pochette accessoire, right? It is one of my favorite things to see. It is not something that I recommend for someone who has that particular type of disability, and I will show you why. I think it's really great on the inside, as you can see. What do I got in there? Oh, it's a cough drop from when I wasn't feeling well. It's, you know, as you can tell, it's really great. It's got a lovely open space, and it's got that little pocket right there. Here's why it's not awesome. I think that the length is good. I think that the size is good. As you can see, they're really actually similar in size, right? I think, whoops, I think that's really great. But what you really need is that option for that credit card slot. I think it's really important to have that so those cards can stay right where you can easily get to them so you're not fumbling. So I'm going to say, you know, for this one, I think that Louis Vuitton may not be on your list of wonderful things. I also have another Dooney & Bourke it's a really good nylon, And I'm against this one for the same reason. This has a few more options. Got a couple of pockets there. It's got the zipper and then another pocket here. I think it's a wonderful bag, like when you're going and it's like a good travel bag, or it's a good, you know, hey, I'm just out shopping around, just want to run in and grab one thing kind of bag. But again, it has the same problem with the no slots on it, so I wouldn't recommend that one either. I think that this is a really strong contender for someone with issues like this. I do want to share you, one thing. I think the Dooney isn't the only bag. This happens to be a Grace Adele bag. I think it's great. The problem is that this strap doesn't adjust. So you might find yourself having to, like we talked about, having to bring it up and try to stabilize it rather than just being able to bring it close to you and work from there. It does have what you need on the inside, though. It does have the little credit card slots right there. Not as many. Has the zipper right there, and it has the little pocket right there. I think these are really cute, and I think that in a pinch they could do. It's a Grace Adele. It's actually a retired company from Scentsy. Scentsy, they build like that. Well, they sell, and it's more like a sales consultant, like a direct sales. They sell burners and melts, and it's a really good company, but they tried to kind of branch out and sell purses, and they named that brand Grace Adele, and they had a lot of quality issues, so they ended up closing down. So kind of difficult to find, but you can find them on eBay more often than not. Just kind of be careful, make sure that you take a really good look. I did buy them, and I have to tell you, I really personally didn't have quality issues with Grace Adele, and I have quite a few of their bags. Not quite a few still left. I probably got maybe 5 still left, but I was quite the lover of Grace Adele bags. I thought they were absolutely great, and you've probably seen my earrings from them. These are not. These are from Belt. But I will have to, I guess, one day show you my Grace Adele collection. So I guess at the end of the day, I just wanted to share things that you want to look for. There are some great bags out there, but they might not be the best option for you or your loved one. So to recap, strap must be should be adjustable. You really need a good credit card slot system so you can keep everything organized. Easy to pull out, easy to put back in. A nice, good area to be able to put medical supplies, very important. And I don't know that it's unnecessary to have that, but it's a nice option to be able to put those extra things like receipts to keep them from flowing in the general population there. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I've really missed chatting with you guys. Happy New Year. I am looking forward to a wonderful 2017 with you guys. Lots and lots of things are coming up. I do have a very important announcement to share with you. That's going to come a little bit later, but look for, I guess, a hint of the announcement to come along in maybe about a week and a half to 2 weeks, but I know that you'll be seeing much more of me before then. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to give it a thumbs up. I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Do not forget, throw kindness around like confetti. Bye.